Comment down below for me, Saints fans. Would you re-sign Jimmy Graham to run it back for one last dance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I can't wait to see what you have to see. We're going to break it all down in today's video. All right, let's chop it up. Who Dat Nation should the black and gold bring back number 80, Jimmy Graham. Now, I do want to say one thing right now. In the comment section and description of this video, I linked a tweet where I'm asking Jimmy Graham to come onto the program for a live interview. So if you would like to help me get number 80 on the show and have my first ever professional interview with a Saints player, that would be really helpful. Just go like and retweet the post. It would be really, really helpful. So to bring him back for one final ride, well, I put out a post on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And I said, one final ride, the city loves you. And then I said, what say you at Jimmy Graham? And included a video of him starting the who dat call in week 1 against the Titans. I mean, absolutely just chills down my spine and down my arms. It was so damn fun. And look who liked it. Look who liked it. None other than number 80 himself. Now, this is a fun topic, and this is an intriguing topic. But we have to consider and we have to take into account the fact that Jimmy Graham may not want to run it back. The question does pose itself, does he want to return? Because us Saints fans can want him back as much as we want. The New Orleans Saints could offer him some ridiculously high-paying contract. But if Jimmy Graham is done and doesn't want to play any more football, that's up to him, and you have to respect that decision. But Jimmy Graham in 2023, the homecoming, the reunion, it was unbelievable. And Seeps and I, the producer of the show, we were talking about Jimmy Graham returning in 2023 before we started filming this video. And he was like, was there like any reports? Was there any chatter of Jimmy Graham getting signed before the news was announced? I was like, no. It came out of nowhere. There wasn't any interest discussion. There wasn't any talk of a free agency. It happened. And it took everyone by surprise. Not just Saints fans, but the NFL as a whole. And I think that when you have a guy who has the skill set and the quality of talent Jimmy Graham has, it's criminal to only give him 171 snaps on offense, which was the lowest of his career. He only appeared in 19% of the snaps on the offensive side of the ball, which I don't like. It didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with a lot of you at home. And he was very underutilized, especially in the red zone. But when given the opportunity, Jimmy Graham came through. Multiple catches that extended drives. One of my favorite catches of the entire season, it wasn't even a touchdown. It was the Saints vs. Panthers game when Jimmy Graham caught a ball over the middle to extend the drive for a big-time first down. He gets up, fist pumps, going absolutely crazy. I think the picture is actually in the thumbnail, fun fact. But when given the chance, he was targeted 7 times. He caught 6 of the passes. He also had 4 of those be touchdowns. So I think that if a player like Jimmy Graham, who's 6'7", can still do that in a very limited role and in a very, in a very specific role where you're a red zone threat and that's it, I think that Clint Kubiak would utilize Jimmy Graham so much better. I think that Clint Kubiak is a better offensive coordinator. I think he's a better play caller than Pete Carmichael. And to be quite honest, I was shocked that Carmichael didn't use Graham more in the red zone, especially considering the fact that Carmichael was the OC when Jimmy Graham was around in the first time with the New Orleans Saints. So it's just shocking to me to see that we never saw him really be that weapon. He just got used a handful of times. And I love Jimmy Graham. I know you at home love Jimmy Graham. So it was so damn frustrating to see them not utilize one of the best red zone artists in the league in NFL history as a red zone artist. Just didn't make sense to me. But if you want more content around the New Orleans Saints, we put out videos every single day. We go live multiple times a week. And on top of that, we're starting to do Madden simulations on the channel. So if you want to check out more coverage and check out more content by Saints Now by Chat Sports, hit the sub button. And we're about 200 subscribers away from our next milestone of 28,000 subscribers. After that, we're shooting for 28,300 subscribers for very obvious reasons. So subscribe today if you want more Saints videos, news, rumors, live content, and coverage every single day. All right. I made this meme earlier. Do y'all remember the SpongeBob episode, Gary Come Home? It's like, Gary, come home. Yeah, this is me. Jimmy, come home. Come on, Jimmy. We all want you home. We all want you to rock the black and gold one more time. One more. That's all I'm asking. Just give me one more season. You don't even show up for training camp. Show up. Don't get fined. Bring me Jimmy Graham. I want him back so badly. But again, it comes down to whether or not he wants to return. So I'm in the boat of Jimmy come home. I think that this picture was too damn funny to not show as well. So if you agree with me, screenshot this right here and get Jimmy Graham on the show and tweet it out and tag me on social media. But if you want to get started with Prize Picks, I encourage you to download the app today and use our promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Now with Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick 2 to 6 players, stat projections, and you're locked in. Now here's a Prize Picks slate that I cooked up for us today. Dustin Poirier, I love Louisiana's UFC child. I'm going to take the more on significant strikes. He just has to get one. Anthony Edwards, I'm taking more than 14.5 rebounds and assists. I think that he's been playing really, really well, and he's a big reason why the Timberwolves were able to extend the series with the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford is an Arkansas legend, and I swear that guy has 9 dunks a game, so I'm going to go with 9 points. I'm taking the more on that. If you want to fade my picks, if you want to tail my picks, I don't care. Just do it with Prize Picks. The Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. Download Prize Picks and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. All that information is in the comments section and description of this video. Shout out to Prize Picks for making today's show possible. Now for the back half of this video, I'm actually going to show a quote or two and kind of just go through some things that discuss Jimmy Graham returning. I think Bob Rose over at Saints News Network and at the Bayou Blitz podcast had a really good write-up on this. And actually, I'm going to credit him for kind of giving me this idea to discuss bringing back Jimmy Graham. I just wanted to give my thoughts on it as well, but here's what he said. Now, 37 years old, Graham has yet to officially announce his retirement from the NFL. However, he posted a heartfelt thank you/farewell message to fans and the city of New Orleans after this season. He's always the adventurer. Graham also participated in team rowing expedition across the Arctic Ocean this offseason. Now, it is worth noting that this is actually going to go down in July of 2025. The Arctic Challenge, 1,000 kilometers, over 600 miles. It's going to be a trek across the Arctic Ocean. It's going to be pretty cold. It's going to be a 4-team group. They're going to row nonstop in July of 2025, and it's going to be a maximum, listen to this, 90 minutes of sleep a day. That is insane. And they're expected to be at sea for 10 to 21 days, rowing at 24 hours, and I think it said 2-hour increments. So they're going to be going all day across the Arctic Ocean, 621 plus miles. Jimmy Graham is him. He is Himmy Graham. That's why I'm calling him that. I mean, and on top of that, helicopter pilot, biker, plane pilot, rower. I mean, dude, what doesn't this guy do? What doesn't he do? He's amazing. But Jimmy Graham did speak on this really, really cool thing that he's doing. It really gives me something to look forward to and something that athletically I can push myself in a new direction. And I don't want to take hits anymore, or I don't have to take hits anymore. I can just sit there and just get to work. And then this is the heartfelt Instagram post that he put out a while back. It never officially says I'm retiring, but at the end of the post, it says, unsure of what the future holds for myself, but I am incredibly thankful for the opportunity to wear number 80 again and find the end zone in the only home I know. With all my heart, Jimmy Graham. And there is no doubt Jimmy Graham is one of the best players in and one of the best tight ends in NFL history and one of the best players in Saints franchise history. He's top 10 all-time in terms of tight end production and receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. And in his career, 713 catches, over 8,500 yards, and 85 touchdowns. He had 51 grabs in the end zone, which is second in franchise history. 51 touchdowns with the Saints. And he's one of two tight ends to have 1,200 plus yards and 10 touchdowns in multiple seasons. The other tight end, he's dating Taylor Swift. Jason Kelce. I can't believe I butchered that. Travis Kelce. How could I ever disrespect Jason Kelce like that? Unbelievable. Anyway, he's in good company with Travis Kelce. And then he's also, in terms of Saints franchise history, he's number 6 in receiving or in receptions and receiving yards. And also, the person that he's behind in franchise history for receiving touchdowns, Marcus Colston. Pretty good player, I would say. So if you love Jimmy Graham, if you love number 80, I need you to type his jersey number down below. One more thing I wanted to say about his Arctic Challenge. It's really cool that he's doing this to benefit charities in New Orleans and give back to the community. I mean, it would just be a really fun reunion to bring Jimmy Graham back, and I would love to see him run it back one more time, last dance style, just everything you got, one last chance. So type 80 if you love Jimmy Graham, and let me know whether or not you would bring him in the comment section. And y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.